When you give your all in a relationship and you still end up feeling empty, let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever been in a relationship where you gave everything, your time, your effort, your loyalty, and somehow you still end up feeling alone? Like no matter how much you poured in, you were always the one adjusting, being understanding, forgiving, and still getting left. Now, if that sounds familiar, I want you to stay with me because today we're going to talk about the exhaustion of being the giver in relationships and why this keeps happening. Story time. I remember being in a relationship where I truly believed if I just loved harder, showed up more, and stayed patient, things were going to change. I was the one checking in on them. I was the one making plans for us. I was the one fixing the tension. I was the one holding the relationship together. And on the outside, oh yes, it looked like love. But on the inside, I was tired, resentful, questioning, wondering why I felt so alone while being with someone. How is this possible? And then you know the craziest part? Yeah, I'll get to that. The craziest part. I kept telling myself, maybe I'm asking for too much. Or maybe I just need to give a little more. Yeah, sounds familiar? Now, have you ever said that to yourself? Like maybe you're questioning yourself like I was. But here's the truth that nobody says out loud. If you're always the one giving, you're not in a relationship. You're in a one-sided investment. And let me explain to you how that works. Because love isn't supposed to drain you. And it's not supposed to feel like it's a whole job interview that you keep failing. And it's definitely not supposed to leave you questioning your worth. And that's where I was, questioning myself. And you know, if you think about it, that some people really don't want a partnership. They just want access to you, access to your energy, access to your loyalty, access to your consistency, but they don't want the responsibility of giving back. So let me ask you this. When was the last time somebody poured into you the way you poured into them? And when was the last time you felt chosen and not tolerated? And are you staying in your relationship because you love them or because you're afraid to let go? You can comment below. So being the giver isn't the problem. It's giving without boundaries. That is the problem. If you keep loving people who only take, you eventually lose yourself trying to prove your value to someone who benefits from you doubting it. And listen closely. You are not too much. I thought I was. But I'm not. And you aren't either. You're just too available for people who do the bare minimum. Growth looks like this. Not over-explaining your needs to the person. Not begging for effort if you're in a partnership. Not staying where love feels conditional. Confidence is knowing when to stop pouring. I want you to answer this honestly in the comments. Have you ever been the giver in a relationship that left you drained? And what finally made you realize it was time to choose yourself? Or are you still struggling to let go? Are you still in that relationship? Your story might help someone else feel less alone. If this message hit home, it's because it wasn't an accident. Healing isn't just about understanding what happened. It's about learning how to stop repeating it. If you want deeper conversations, real healing tools, journaling prompts, and unfiltered guidance on love, boundaries, and self-worth, I invite you to join me on Patreon. That's where we will be going deeper. That's where the real work happens. That's where I'll be going live, and you can ask me questions and I will give comments. Now, don't forget to like, follow Life, Confidence, and Success. And remember, you don't have to give yourself away to be loved. The right person will meet you halfway.